Hi, everybody.
Hey,
It is Monday, the 22nd of September. Today is Rosh HaShanah. In Israel, it's already, the holidays entered, and we are celebrating the new year 5786 on the Hebrew calendar. And according to rumors from the internet, the rapture is supposed to happen tomorrow. So if we see you next week, it will be all because of a failure of some internet prophet. So.
Or we're all heathens and we didn't know it.
yeah,
I don't know. What's that, John?
I don't think I'm going to make the cut.
Yeah, you're not going to make it. I'm sorry. It's just how it is. So we don't have any live viewers yet. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I didn't advertise at all on Facebook. I didn't. So let's see if people get notifications and pop up here with us.
I just got off the phone with my dad. He should be here at least soon.
All right. My mom is not. She didn't talk to me at all.
It's good nobody's watching, so I don't get embarrassed when I read. You know what I mean? That's okay.
Yeah. Well, this is now our second session looking at Pirkei Avot. So let me throw the text up on the screen. We noticed while we're doing our preparatory reading, me and Colton and especially Jonathan, that there are pointing issues that are different with our book and with what I have. Basically, the pointing that I have, I threw together. I didn't see that. I didn't even think to look in a book and to compare the pointing. On the telephone. There are differences in the pointing, and and also in some of the wording. In one of the verses, I noticed there was like instead of saying "kol hamarbe b'sicha," the text that's in the book says "kol ha'adam asher marbe sicha im isha." I think this is what it said. I don't know. We'll see the difference. But here we are again in Pirkei Avot. So these are our wonderful Patreon people. Most of you guys on screen are on Patreon. I very much appreciate you guys. If people are out there listening, we've got one listener now. If anybody's out there listening in the future and you want more Hebrew Cafe stuff, please join the Patreon and help me out. Also, like and subscribe these videos and refer them to other people who are interested in Hebrew so we can grow our audience. We are looking right now at 3 hours, our first, second, third hour, Mondays, 5 p.m. Hebrew reading. We're doing Pirkei Avot right now. Starting on October 13th, we will start Parashat HaShavua. I've been going through, I guess I can open my Microsoft Word and show you. But I've been going through and planning out which readings we're going to be doing for the upcoming year. If it pops up, here we go. So this is, I'm going to publish this as soon as I get it done, going through and deciding which aliyot we'll be doing as a group. And I'll publish that on Patreon and on the website as soon as I get finished. And the second hour, we're now working through biblical Hebrew composition. The composition? No, what's it called? The composition of classical Hebrew. Classical Hebrew composition. That's the name of the textbook by Jacob White. And then the third hour for Patreon users only. We are continuing in our coverage of modern Hebrew. So we're looking at Pirkei Avot. Specifically, we are in verse 4. So let's go there, and this is where we're going to start for this week. Is anybody interested in starting out our reading?
I'll start.
We have 2 viewers now, so if anybody's out there and wants to say hello, please do. So Adele was kind of volunteering to shrug. So
Sure,
we'll
I can do that. Okay. Yosef ben Yutanan Ish.
I don't think it says Yosef. I think it says Yosef.
Yosef, I'm sorry, Yosef ben
Like
Yutanan. Yosef ben Yutanan Ish Yerushalayim Omer.
Yerushalayim.
Omer Yehyeh Betcha.
You're reading verse 5, you're reading down here. Yosef ben Yochanan ish Yerushalayim Omer. That's Mishnah 5, but we're on Mishnah 4.
Oh.
Starts the same.
Okay. So, קיבל מהם יוסף בן יוזר איש סרדה אומר סרדה אומר.
So let's just cover all the words. We got Yosef ben Yoezer ish Sreida v'Yosef ben Yochanan ish Yerushalayim kiblu mehem. And then he said,
Both of them received from them. So Yosef ben Yozer ish Sreda Omer, Ihye vetcha vet vaad lehachachamim vehivei mit abek be'afar regleihem רגליהם והווי שותה בצמא את דבריהם. I understand it. Let me just rethink it a bit. So he said, it would be in your house.
let it be.
Let it be in your house. A house.
So there's no in your house, but let your house be. Yehi veitcha. Let your house be.
A house to the wise, to the wise.
A house
right?
of Va'ad. A house of meeting. A meeting house.
Of meeting to the meeting house to the wise men. And
let your house be a meeting house for wise men.
Of wise men. And let it be.
If this is third person, let it be. Heve is second person. Be you.
And be and you be thirsty. Oh, filled by thirst.
Thirst is down here. Thirst is down here around the word mitabek.
Oh, I'm looking at. Okay, lebi mitabek be'afar regleim, and you sit by the dust of their legs, their feet.
In the dust of their feet. Okay, that is what the feet. Their feet are covered in dirt. Okay, but mitabek is getting dirty. It's like getting covered in dirt. So being covered in dirt with the dust of their feet.
Is that a hitpael participle?
It's hitpael, yes, and it's paired with a form of to be. So this is a what do you call the word? It's walking. What's that word? It means using two words when you can do it with one.
Oh,
you could just say hitabek ba'afar ragleihem. Get yourself dirty with the dirt of their feet. Instead of hitabek as an imperative, they're using heve as a imperative and a participle that goes with it.
Paraphrastic construction.
Yes. Paraphrases.
Could you repeat that?
What is called again?
Paraphrases.
Perfect. Okay. All right.
It's using two words as a workaround when you could just say one word. Okay, the ending hem and chem, these endings are heavy. So I heard somebody this week when we were doing Parsha reading. He also was saying ragleihem and divreihem. But the stress is on these heavy endings is on the end of the word. Ragleihem, divreihem. So ba'afar ragleihem. And then we have another paraphrastic expression, heve shoteh, be drinking, which just means drink, right?
It's a ma.
Be drinking with thirst their words. Drink
Their words.
their words in with thirst. Okay, be thirsty. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst after righteousness. So it's this. It's like it's missing to you. Like if you didn't have water and you need water. This is how you should relate to the words of sages, of wise men. Okay. Let your house
Thank
be
you.
a house of meeting for the wise, and be getting dirty in the dust of their feet. That is of the wise, the feet of the wise, and be drinking with thirst their words,
And
as
could you
opposed
just-
to taking their words for granted. Yeah.
What is the construction of veheve? Veheve. What's the binyan? What's the construction?
Well, we would relate it to the word haya,
Right.
to be lihiot. But in Aramaic, the root is not haya, but hava. Hava is he was, hava. And so because of the way that they spoke Aramaic as a common language, they pulled forms in from Aramaic. And what's interesting about this heve is that it isn't really the imperative form of be in Aramaic. Adel, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to mute your mic just because there's some background noise coming in.
Sure.
It's nothing against you. So the imperative form be or you will be is leheve in Aramaic. I think it's like this, leheve. And it means you will be. No, sorry, this is he will be, which is in Hebrew yeh. Let's think of why. This is an interesting thing. Yeh, he will be. If the root in Aramaic is hey, vav, hey, and you want to make the future like you do in Hebrew by adding yod, what you get is in unpointed text the name of God. Right? So to avoid writing God's name as the future of the verb to be, they changed the yod to lamed.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so the form for the future is leheve. Yeah, but this is also the jussive form. Let it be, it will be.
It was really confusing the first time I saw it and didn't know why there was a lamed there.
Yeah.
Same thing with the numbering system, right? To avoid getting ya.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. The numbering system in Hebrew, whenever you get to 14, it's 10 and 4. That's 14 yad. And then when you want to do 10 and 5 for 15, suddenly you're spelling a name of God, Yah. So instead of spelling a name of God, they dropped the yod back 1 to tet, and they dropped the hey forward 1 to vav. So for 15, you say tu, tet vav, instead of yud hey. And also the next one is tet zayin for 16, because to avoid the vav hey, or the yod vav, like Yochanan, yod vav. So yeah, so there are things you write to avoid other things. But this form heve is pulled in from Aramaic. It's not a Hebrew form. What would the Aramaic, or what would the Hebrew natural form be? Okay, so the singular is heye. Heye. Okay, the singular heye. The plural heyu. That's the imperative form haya in Hebrew. So this is we see Aramaic influence in the language of the sages in the Mishnaic Hebrew, and this is also an Aramaic influence. Heve mitabek as a periphrastic expression. The Hebrew naturally would say hit abek as an imperative. Heve mitabek comes from the extreme use of periphrasis in Aramaic that didn't really have expression in biblical Hebrew. Okay? So when it says be getting dirty, it means get dirty. And be drinking, it means drink. Right? But it's kind of like present tense, continuous aspect type of thing. like constantly be getting dirty in the dust of the feet of the wise, constantly be drinking their words in with thirst. Yeah. Okay, that was a lot. We get a lot of packed into one Mishnah that we're here. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about the things because it's Rosh Hashanah. So I want to tell you that our greeting on Rosh Hashanah, as opposed to the civil New Year, is L'Shana Tova Tikatevu V'Techatemu. Means may you be inscribed, like with Lichtov, Tikatevu, be written, and sealed, Techatemu, from Lachtom, to seal. These are both nifal verbs. May you be inscribed and sealed for a good year, because the days of awe, Yamim Noraim, the days between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, are the 10 days of judgment in the Jewish calendar, where God is looking at your deeds, what you've done, and your feelings of repentance, slichot, your tshuva, repentance, and deciding what the punishment is going to be for you in the next year, punishment or reward. And so God looks, the books are opened on Rosh Hashanah, this is the idea, and he looks at your deeds and decides the year for you. And by Yom Kippur, if you haven't made repentance, then he will decide your punishment. If you have done repentance, he's going to decide your reward, and everything is written down in the book, and the book is closed on Yom Kippur. This is the idea. So may you be written and sealed into the book for a good year and for life. That's the idea in the Jewish calendar. I don't know what Christians know about Judaism, but this is like the most important period of the year in the Jewish calendar. Just so you are aware. And what I've written here is that and they use the positive forms when they say it. Not sure why. This is the first verse in the reading that has major differences from the book. And I think I pulled the text from the unpointed text on Mechon Mamre, and then I pointed it. So we will look at what it says, and then we'll also read what it says in the book. So Mishnah 5. We have only done one. I see that we have another slower. Slower.
Yes.
Jacob's with us as well now. So Marcelo, Gam Lecha Shana Tova. Have a good year. So who wants to read the second Mishnah? This is a long one.
I guess I'll do it.
Okay. You read it in the practice too.
We'll see if I can do any better.
Have at it. Can you read the one that's on the screen? Because it's different from the book.
Yeah. If it stays not blurry. Yosef ben Yochanan ish Yerushalayim omer, Yehi beitcha patuach lirvacha, v'yehyu aniyim b'nei beitecha, v'al tarbe sicha im ha'isha.
Okay, so that's what he said. That's what he said.
Yep.
Now we have a commentary on what he said.
Okay. Ve'ishto amru kal v'chomer be'eshet habero mikan amru hachamim kol zaman she'adam marbe sicha im ha'isha gorem ra'a la'atzmo. I'm flailing here. Uvotel divrei Torah v'sofo yoresh gehinom.
All right. All right. So this is Yosef ben Yochanan from Jerusalem. Okay, I should have mentioned that from this point on, from verse 4, from Mishnah 4, we are looking at pairs. There's the Nasi, the president of the Sanhedrin, who's the first one, and the second one is Av Beit Din, is what they call him. He's like the second leader of the people. They say that with these pairs, they took them from opposing factions within the people. And the opposition really becomes strong when we get to Hillel and Shammai at the end, because Hillel and Shammai, their two schools of thought became so separated that it became basically proverbial about them disagreeing with each other. So now we're looking. We just saw Yosef ben what was his name before in the previous verse. Yosef and Yoezer, and now we're looking at Yosef and Yochanan. One is from Saida in the north by the Sea of Galilee, and one is from Jerusalem. And so we're seeing how their addition to the tradition, what they said. Okay, so what did he say? Jonathan, sorry, it's translation time.
Sorry. Yosef ben Yozer of Tzerida and Yosef ben Hanan of Jerusalem.
Oh, we're on 5.
Oh, wait, we're on 5. They say, let your house be open. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yosef ben Yochanan of Jerusalem used to say, let your house be open wide.
Mm-hmm. The word wide here, patuach lirvacha. The word revacha is related to the word for revach. Revach is profit.
A shoe?
Like you earn money, profit. Revacha is the word that we use for welfare. Like people they're poor and you put them on revacha. That's the word for welfare in modern Hebrew. But this is an expression. Patuach lirvacha means wide open. It's open to wideness. It's wide open. Let your house be wide open. In other words, don't keep people out, right? Don't build a wall around your house. Let your house be open for who? What's it say?
Let the poor be members of your house.
Let poor people be b'nei mishpacha, like your own family members. Let the poor come into your house. Let your house be open and welcoming for the poor. Okay, that's interesting. The next one,
don't chat with women.
Yeah, don't increase conversation with the woman.
Do not gossip inordinately, the book says.
Yeah. Okay.
What's the word sicha? What's the word sicha mean?
Sicha is conversation, talk. The verb that's related to it is even a biblical word. In the Bible, I think the form is siach, without the hey, siach. And the verb is socheach. It's a polel form, socheach. So les socheach is to discuss. All right. Be'ishto amuru. Be'ishto amuru. So he says, al tarbe sicha im ha'isha, the woman. Be'ishto amuru. What does that mean? Be'ishto amuru.
They said about his wife.
Yeah, they were talking about his own wife. Al tarbe sicha im ha'isha. Ha'isha does not say im nashim. Like al tarbe sicha im nashim, don't increase conversation with women. But this is don't increase conversation with the woman. And the woman means the one who's in relationship with you, your wife. Be'ishto, they said it about his own wife. Kal v'chomer be'eshet chavero.
All the more does it apply to his own to the what? Does it apply to the wife of a neighbor, of a friend?
So if they meant it about his own wife, then even more it's true about the wife of his fellow, somebody else's wife. I don't know how much I like what he said here. increase conversation with women.
Yeah, it's not very
I think it's, yeah, he's probably anti-feminist, and the idea was probably that if you're talking to a woman, it's going to lead toward intimate time with that person, and it's better not to have that situation with your neighbor's wife, right? Because it will turn flirty, it will turn whatever. But remember that in religious situations, there's a separation, a mechitza, between men and women in the religious context, and I don't know. This Mishnah provides me some difficulty because I don't think that anything bad can happen just from conversation, generally. But anyway, mikan amru chachamim.
Thus the sages say.
Yeah, mikan means from this, from what was just said, from this that was just said. Okay, from here, the sages said.
A man who talks too much to a woman brings trouble on himself.
But in our reading, kol zman she'adam marbe sicha im ha'isha gorem ra'a le'atzmo. Any time that a man increases conversation with the woman causes evil for himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the difference in the text.
Yeah, what's gorem?
It just means cause. Ligrom is to cause.
Is it used
I don't think there's. Huh?
Is it used in modern Hebrew, or is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's used in modern Hebrew. There's also a substantive. Yeah, this is a participle. There's also a substantive use of the participle gorem, meaning a source for something, like a political source tells us that blah blah blah. You know, a source inside the White House says blah blah blah. That's gorem.
Ra Latmo, does that possibly mean a wrongdoing to his core, to his being? Because he cannot do harm.
I think the idea is that he's not hurting somebody else necessarily, but he's putting himself in trouble.
Okay.
Probably with the idea that if you're, like we said, if you're flirting with your neighbor's wife, you're just getting yourself in trouble. Right? Okay, so who gorem ra'a la'atzmo uvotel midivrei Torah? What's that? Uvotel
neglects the words of Torah.
Yeah, because if he's sitting there talking and flirting and whatever, then he's not engaging in Torah study. Yeah. Okay, v'sofo, the end of that whole issue, yoresh gehinom.
He inherits Gehenna.
Yeah, he's gonna. If he's not careful, he's gonna end up in hell. Gehinom
Gehenna for
in the
chatting.
book.
Say again,
It's
Jacob.
No, I was just like, damn, getting into Gehenna for some chats.
Yeah. So in the book, they pointed it not as Gehinom, but Gehinam. I've never heard Gehinam, but it seems to be how they've all pointed it. So, like I've got two different books that have the pointing, and both of them say Gehinam, which is weird to me. And Israel would say Gehinom.
Makes it sound like lechinnam, but
Yeah, I think it's probably related to the Greek form because in Greek it's Gehenna, with A on the end. But anyway, any questions about this verse? I love the beginning of that.
took a sharp left in the middle.
Yeah, once we get to this one, the third statement, I'm like, don't really like that one. But I love the idea of having your house being wide open for the poor, especially the poor in spirit. That's an expression from the New Testament. This idea of people who are humble and who just want maybe to be fed and also to have, conversations, to hear words of wisdom, having your house open and be hospitable toward people generally. I noticed there's in in the private comments it was a participle. If you are the sort of Christian I was, the answer would be basically nothing. Why learn one's superstition? What do you mean?
You were
you
asking
mean
before about
knowing
like what
anything
was known about like the New Year,
holidays?
Jewish New Year and calendar and so on.
Okay.
And
Yeah. It's often the case, I think, that people read about the Jewish holidays and they insert a lot of interpretation into them, and then they think that there's something different than how they actually are expressed.
The only thing that matters about Rosh Hashanah is blowing a shofar. Come on now, that's what.
It's blowing a shofar, and it's the and because it says shofar, then it has to be and we who are alive and remain until the coming of the Lord will be gathered together with it. Right? 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 6, 17.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yes. Because it says at the trumpet sound, right? So it has to be. All right.
Wait. Before you go, I have a question about la'atzmo. The root of that is etzem, which is bone, right?
Etzem. Yes.
All right. So did it? Etzem means bone, but did its meaning evolve to mean one's core, oneself?
I think you already have that in the Tanakh if you were to consult with Bible, for example.
Yeah, it's in the Bible. There is, for example, the expression that says that they set up an altar, and it's here until this very day. It says in the text, Ad etzem hayom hazeh.
All right.
Ad etzem hayom hazeh means until this day itself.
Yeah, I looked at a bunch of dictionaries. I couldn't find that anywhere, but thank you.
That's the expression that jumps to mind when I think of it. Ad etzem hayom hazeh. Etzem is used for the self. So you say atzmi, myself, atzmacha, yourself, atzmo, himself. In this definitely took root in the rabbinic period, and in modern Hebrew it's used exactly the same way. Because how else do we say it? I don't know. That's the way that it came. And we shouldn't associate it in our head with bone, but it does come from that word for some reason. Okay, so who wants to do the next verse Mishnah 6?
I'll do it.
I want to call them verses because of my history with the Bible, but they're not. They're called Mishnayot. Who said you do it, John?
Yes. Yehoshua ben Pirachia V'nitai Ha'arbeli Kiblu Mehem. Yehoshua ben Pirachia Omer Aseh lecha Rav U'kinei lecha Haber V'hevei din Haver. Thank you. V'hedan et kal ha'adam kol et kol ha'adam lekaf zichot. Okay, so Yehoshua ben Parachia. And
I think that's my favorite name from the Mishnah. Yehoshua ben Parachia. I like that name.
How do you pronounce it?
Yehoshua ben Parachia. Parachia.
Yeah.
That's my favorite name from the
It
Mishnah.
trips right off the throat.
Yeah.
They received from them.
Nitai Arbeli. Arbel is a city, so he's the Arbelite, the person from Arbel.
Okay, so Yehoshua ben Parachia said, "Do or make," but it's more like take for yourself a teacher. What's kineh?
Liknot is
yes,
normally
and acquire for yourself a friend, and let your judgment of all people. What I have there?
So be judging.
Oh,
be
as
judging.
a scale,
It's a-
for, be judge. Okay, and be judging all men on a scale, on a favorable scale.
L'chaf zechut is like you try to give them the benefit of the doubt. When you're judging them, judge them toward zchut, towards
Like,
innocence.
so lechaf, so
Right.
that would be like chaf, zechuth, or am I parsing that?
Yeah, kaf.
But it could also be a
yeah.
pan, like a weight of the scale. That's
Yeah,
how
yeah, yeah. No, I'm
Yeah.
like that. It is chaf, but yeah, I understand like the scale.
Maybe if you
holding
looked at
it.
the scale, on one side it would be zechut, like a right or innocence, and the other one would be ashma, like guilt. And so you should judge him toward the side that's innocent. Give him the benefit of the doubt is the idea. Good. Asel charav means make somebody a master for yourself. In other words, make somebody your teacher. Go find someone who's teaching Torah and become his student. Asel charav, make a master for yourself. Don't try to study by yourself or learn Torah on your own. Go find somebody who's already a master and become one of his students. Uknei lecha chaver, acquire for yourself a fellow, a friend. This is someone who's going to study with you, who's on your own level. This is why whenever you have in the yeshiva, the Jewish study schools, you have a rabbi or a head of the school, Rosh HaShanah, the head of the school, who is the one who makes the decisions for the yeshiva. And then you have the teachers, morim, and then you also have your chaver, who's a bachur, like you're a student, a bachur, and you have somebody that they join you with, they pair you with, so that when you're reading and you're studying, you don't ask yourself questions alone. You have someone to bounce thoughts off of. And then if you guys can't figure it out, then you take it to your teacher, who will take it to the rabbi. And Rav is the word that's used for rabbi. So anyway, so Knei lecha chaver, ve'evei dan et kol ha'adam lechafsachut. Try to give everybody, when you're judging, don't just assume that everyone is guilty. Try to look for a way to declare them as innocent, right? Like, don't just be judgmental. We're going to see that this is the first instance of the idea that the rabbis here are talking among themselves. They're talking to other rabbis. They're not talking to us at this point, because we are not the ones who judge, right? But this is talking about the rabbinic court, where if you are appointed as a judge of a court, you should behave in a certain way. And we're going to see several things that they are saying to judges specifically. All right. Any other comments or questions? You guys are free to comment. I don't want to hog the mic.
No, it's tricky with the Mishnaic Hebrew, with the more vocabulary that I'm not used to than your run-of-the-mill verse of Genesis.
Yeah, of course.
I'm a little bit unclear about how lechav zechut means benefit to the doubt. Can you just touch on that just a bit, if you could?
Wow, I don't really know where to go with that. It's just, this is how I've always heard it.
Is a hand.
Zechut,
Okay.
we use it today also.
Okay. So it's like a idiom, maybe.
Or
Lechav
giving
zechut.
somebody the benefit of the doubt. But and we would think that when one goes up, the other goes down. If they're more on the right hand, right, they're more innocent. On the left hand, they're more guilty, and whatever. The hands go up, the scoops.
Yeah,
Go
like
up.
you said
You know what I
before,
mean?
that like you have the zechut, it was the good side of the scale. So if you give to the good side of the scale, you're judging favorably as you can.
Kaf
You
doesn't
judge
just
them
mean
to
hand.
this hand.
Kaf doesn't just mean hand. It could be any.
Yep.
It also means the sole of the foot, or a kind of like a plate or a pan. It's like a flat surface.
We use it for a big spoon.
So
Kaf.
I think of it as like, you got scales. The way I think of this, it's like scales. The kaf is like a plate on a scale, and to the scale on a favorable scale,
Yeah.
on the scale of acquittal. That's how I think about it.
Good. And that's not a bad way to think about it. That's exactly right. Okay, so now we're moving on to Nitai Ha'arbeli. And who wants to read the next Mishnah? It's a short one.
I can
I
attempt
will.
it. Okay, no, then
I might
Jacob
be
do- I can do
cutting
the
out. It
next
seems
one.
my internet is being problematic.
Jacob, you can take it. That's fine.
All right, very well then. All right. Nita ha'arbeli omer harhek
So in your reading, you
mishachin.
ignore the yod on the end? You read Nita
Nitai.
or Nitai?
Yeah, sorry, I got like the silent aleph in the middle made me confused. Nitai ha'arbeli omer harhek mishachin ra ve'al titchaber lerasha ve'al tithya'ish min hapur anuth.
Okay. Do all of those words resonate with you?
Nope.
Okay. Nope. So Nitai Ha'arbeli is the person's name. He's the Arbalite person. And Omer, he says.
Yeah, exactly. That part.
Omer here is
That part's fine.
Omer here is short for
harhek
Hayam.
should mean to make distant.
Okay, yes.
Mishachen. I'm guessing that's min, and then the sha of like.
No,
and
shachen is a word together.
Together.
Shachen. No, it doesn't mean together. It's a word. Shachen is a word.
Yeah, no, I get you. What does that word mean then?
Neighbor.
Neighbor.
Shachen. It's from the word
Okay.
lishkon. Lishkon is to live or dwell,
Okay.
and shachen is someone who lives next door to you.
Okay, so remove yourself from the bad or the evil neighbor.
Yeah. So if you think of an association about chek, what do you think of? Like, what's the most common word built from that root?
Rachok, like
Rachok. Yeah, everyone will think of the adjective rachok. Rachok, far away. So most of the time, if you have an adjective that is the most common form of the word, like shamen, fat, and razeh, thin. And let's think. These words come to mind really quickly. So when you turn them into a hefil, they don't take on normally the causative meaning. It can. You can take shamen and make it hishmin, and this can mean to make someone fat, or if you have a cow and you make the cow fat, you fatten the cow. Tamashmin para. You can do that. If you starve the cow, then you can say that you are marzeh. Ata marzeh et para. You're making it skinny, right? But normally the hifil forms marzeh or hirza and hishmin don't mean to make something that way, but to become. It means you're changing state from one adjective to another. So karov to rachok. All right, so you're becoming far away. So this is not causative to keep something far away, but we would say to stay away from. Okay, stay far away from. Stay far away from an evil neighbor.
Maintain a state of rachok.
Yes, exactly. And it's exactly. stay away from an evil neighbor. ואל תתחבר לרשע.
Yeah, and don't be hanging out with the guilty, or like with the evildoers.
We already have the word chaver as a friend, and so this is becoming a friend. Don't become friends with, or don't associate with evil person.
Yeah.
ואל תתייאש מן הפורענות. פורענות.
Yeah, this was another one where I was like, okay, here I'm not really, because I am not familiar currently with Yaesh or Yaash or Puranuth.
I'm not sure where this word puranut came from, but it means divine retribution. It's the idea like that developed from the Maccabean period, where the woman watched her children being killed in front of her. The idea that there has to be punishment for the evil that happens in the world. And because when you look at the world and you see all these evil people getting rich and powerful, it's very easy to despair. Lehityaesh is to despair. Do not despair from divine retribution. In other words, don't give up on the idea of divine retribution. Right?
I spent a lot of time on this word, and what I don't know if this is right, but pay resh ayin, which means to repay. So it might be some kind of participle or something of that.
Everybody should know about the dictionary of Jastrow. I think it's this one. So let's look it up.
Jastrow, you say?
Yeah, you ain't gonna find. Oh, there it is.
Retribution, reward, especially punishment, divine visitation. We give a lot of instances of it. Repayment, reciprocation. Yep, that's the idea that it comes from.
Jeez.
From Aramaic. Notice it.
At least you could. You used to be able to get it for Logos. Do they still sell it for Logos?
No, I did. It's just that you know what happened. I didn't. I saw the got the Hebrew word for those three dots going from left to right. Kibbutz. Yeah, I didn't. I looked at the kibbutz and I didn't see a holem in it. You know what I'm saying? So I was just kept looking at the wrong thing.
And just to clarify, Jastrow is that the dictionary of the Targumim, the Talmud Babli, and Yerushalmi?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. This is if you're doing Mishnaic Hebrew or Aramaic for the Targums, then it's a dictionary you can't do without.
No, the halot is of limited use here.
Well, yeah, but I'm looking in DCH at Petra right now. At least the root, and
I only have the
to leave unpunished or like to neglect, ignore. It's almost the opposite, and so at least in the call.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We use the word parua. Parua as an adjective. Hold on, let me.
What does that adjective mean?
Well, se'ar parua is hair that's not like a suf. It's not when you.
That was just the first definition of para. There are uses of it where it does mean repay in the Hebrew Bible, apparently, or not the Hebrew Bible in other. I have no idea what this is. Yeah, I don't.
Another thing, like you see these.
It's in another text. I just don't know what the text. I don't know what it's trying to tell me. DCH does have the meaning of repay in here under the third definition, though.
Actually, it has here in halot para Hebrew to expose
when
to
your
let
hair,
the hair grow freely.
Is, okay. Undisciplined, wild, unruly. Yeah,
that seems. Yeah,
so we use that all the time. Se'ar parua, it's like your hair is not. Yeah. This one, parua, is also redeemed because it's paid back. All right. What was the question, John?
You try it just
Correct.
Pirkei Avot. Maybe something will come from that. Pirkei Avot.
Are you
But
talking
we-
about
we-
in halot or in just?
And whatever it is you were looking at.
Oh no, I already closed it. Don't open it again. My computer is too slow. Sorry.
No problem.
To loosen or disarrange. So this is the idea, like to neglect the hair. See,
Yeah, I'm looking at Halot. Apparently, it's used in this, like to let the hair on the head hang loosely in Leviticus.
Nice.
Pera is
Because
loose
that's how
hair.
we use it today.
The noun, loose hair, pera. Yeah.
Yeah, potential also potentially the same sense in Judges 5:2.
There's pera. Long,
What-
entangled hair.
Do we know what would be abbreviated as SE in one of these here dictionaries? Lexicon? Lexica? I gotta find that out. Okay.
Don't know, but we should read the next one because we're running out of time. Colton, you're next.
Okay.
Big one.
Yehuda bin Tabai ושמעון בן שטח קיבלו מהם יהודה בן טבעי אומר אל תעש עצמך
Stress.
כאורחי
Al ta'as.
אל תעש עצמך כאורחי הדיינים וכשיהיו ועלי דינין עומדים לפניך יהיו בעיניך חרשעים וכשנפטרים מלפניך יהיו בעיניך כזכאים כשקיבלו עליהם את הדין.
All right.
Judah the son of
bin Tabai, Shimon ben Shabach. Shatach. These are our new people.
Yeah. So Judah the son of Tabai and Simon the son of Shimon the son of Shatach, they received from them.
Which means they received the oral Torah. They received the tradition.
Judah the son of Tabai saying, do not make for yourselves
Don't make yourself.
Don't make yourself. Okay. According to the arrangements.
So ke could be like. Don't make yourself like
those who
attorneys. When you orech din, you're an attorney. Don't make yourself like one of the attorneys. This is again when you're hearing a case. You are the judge. You need to be impartial. Don't make yourself like the defense or like the prosecutor.
Yeah.
As a judge, you're there to hear the case, not to make the case.
Right. And they will, and those which.
So kshe means when. When.
Do it. And whenever. When. Okay. Keasher. Gotcha. Okay. And when.
And when these are the claimants on either side.
I'm sorry.
Baalei dinim are these are the people who are coming to you with a legal claim. So the orchei dayanim are the attorneys either side, and baalei dinim are the ones who have the claim.
Yeah. So when they come to you, when they are standing before you, rather, sorry, they will be in your eyes as.
Okay, that's adjussive.
Let them be in your eyes as. Evil and as
wicked means the ones who are guilty, right?
Okay, and as Niftarim. Right. What is Niftarim, though?
Okay, so niftar, we use it today to mean somebody passed away, like they died. But it means that they passed on. They're no longer in front of you when they passed on from before you.
Okay, and when they're gone,
let them be
in your eyes as gezakain.
So Rasha is wicked, like guilty, and Zakai is innocent.
Okay. As innocent, and when they receive them upon them the judgment.
Yeah, when they've received the judgment upon themselves. So when they're standing in front of you, relate to them as both sides are Rasha. But when the judgment's over and they've received the verdict, they've received the decision, let them both be in your eyes as innocent. Like you're no longer judging them. Move on. Okay.
This contradicts the earlier Mishnah, the one that says the scale favorable.
Yeah. Always try to find a way for people to come out of it, not guilty, but yeah, it's also a different person. Remember, we've got these teams that are starting to disagree with each other. These two, the Nasi versus the Beit Din. So we've got another 4 minutes. Let's try to finish this one. I'll take it, and then we will be done. We'll start in verse 10 next week, Mishnah 10. So Mishnah 9 says, Shimon ben Shatach omer, Hevei marbe לחקור את העדים. והווי זהיר בדבריך, שמא מתוכם ילמדו לשקר. So he's still using paraphrases. Be increasing. In other words, increase to investigate the witnesses. In other words, don't ask few questions, but ask a lot of questions. Investigate the witnesses well, okay? Because you want to get to the truth. Veheve zahir bidvarecha, and be careful in your words. As a judge, you need to be careful in what you say. Shema is the Aramaic word that comes into Hebrew is lest, and the biblical word was pen, lest that they not. Lest from within them, that is from within your words, like somebody will spin your words, they will learn to lie. They will learn to lie from within your words. So be careful in what you say so that you don't allow people to use your words in a way that is going to be against justice, right? Because we're talking about judging and justice here. All right. That brings us up to verse 9. We'll start verse 10, or Mishnah 9 and Mishnah 10. We'll start next week. Any comments before we let go? We've got just a couple of minutes. If you got anything to say. Especially people who have never encountered Pirkei Avot before. How is this as far as you would understand rabbinic literature?
It's beautiful, actually. I've learned a lot. It's tough. It's difficult. It's not easy.
No, but I do want to get around to learning like Aramaic and stuff like that eventually. So I'm like, it's.
Yeah. I was telling Jason before. Sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry, I was just like, you gotta start biting that bullet at some point.
Yeah. Just in terms of the content, there are other parts of the Pirkei Avot that are just beautiful. In the second chapter, you've heard. If not now, when? If not for me, then who will be?
It's in this chapter. Yeah, no. This is the chapter of the pairs.
Oh, maybe you're right.
Hillel and Shammai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some really beautiful things in this thing. On the first chapter, yeah. So I would recommend.
I think maybe verse 12. Hillel and Shammai, we start. Let's see, verse 12. Hillel Shammai kiblu mehem, and verse Mishnah 13. That one's in Aramaic. That's fun. And verse Mishnah 14 is the one that says, "Im anili im ein anili mili, וכשאני לעצמי מה אני, ואם לא עכשיו אימתי." Yeah, that's very,
Yes,
very
yes. It's
strong.
verse 14. It's verse
Yeah.
14 and 13. Yeah, you're right.
So we will get to it. Yeah. Anyway, anything else? We are now at the point we should start the next session. And Jonathan Beck will not be joining us because it's dinner
It's
time.
kid
It's
dinner day.
kid
Yeah.
dinner day.
Kid dinner day.
Yeah.
But I'll see you next week.
Thank you,
All right.
everybody.
All
We'll
right.
see you guys in a minute.
Thank you.
Peace, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And a sweet new
Bye.
year for all of us.
Yeah. Amen.
Bye.